Discernment is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to move through life with. I feel that it just shifts your entire life when you really start to tune in and move from a discerning space. Sometimes I like to use the metaphor of discernment being like a sword. In a way, your sword of discernment, it is how you both protect yourself and also carve your path. And before we dive into it, I will say, just as with any tool, it can be a double-edged sword where yes, if you're not intentional and even discerning with the way in which you are using this tool, then it can backfire and you can stab yourself with it. But let's start by asking the question, what is discernment? And I would say that discernment is to really see what is underneath something, to listen so closely to what is being spoken, what is being communicated, what is the message of everything, like the energy of a thought that you're having, like the energy of a person that you are talking to, like the energy of a circumstance, an environment, a relationship, the energy of everything and anything. When you tune in to it and don't just see it on the surface, when you're not just taking things at face value, believing the thought as it happens, believing the words someone says just as they are, when you actually listen to what is being said, what is being thought, what is happening, but also listening to what is underneath, and then using this information to make an assessment of what you are sensing, what you are noticing, and using that information to make a choice, to make moves in life, to carve your path. We can make quick reactions and make choices from a very subconscious space. And then when we just get in this habit of reacting, making choices without discernment, without bringing in awareness and understanding and pause and reflection to the moment before you make a choice, to the situation, to whatever it is that you are experiencing. And I feel like there's so much talk about, pausing and responding instead of reacting. But I think an important element that is sometimes missing is really the key part of discernment, is that listening to what is underneath before you make the choice, not just taking things on the surface, and recognizing that discernment is really the tool that you use to refine the direction you are moving in. We are constantly faced in our life with temptation, with doubts, with insecurities, with all of these energies, and to really see them and understand ourselves in the face of them. When temptation arises, to notice that it's coming up, and then to use discernment to really check in and be like, what is this? What is this energy? What is it saying on the surface? What is underneath it? What is it that I truly, deeply desire? Because that's the thing with temptation, that it can be such a quick fix, and it may seem like a desire, but it may be a surface level desire. If there's something that you desire on a deeper level, a lot of the times that cannot coexist with the constant chasing and choosing the quick fix, where this deeper desire requires sacrifice. In a way, sacrifice of the desires that don't actually truly align with what you truly want. So I feel like sometimes we can get so angry at these insecure thoughts, so angry at the temptations. But, in a way, I feel that they offer us an opportunity to really show how devoted we are to that what we desire, to that what we truly want, to not fall into the hands of temptation, to not succumb to the insecure thoughts, to really stand in the center of what it is that you are desiring. That is how you align with it. And I feel that it's almost an inevitable process to face temptation, to face insecurities, to face doubts. I feel like this word is thrown around a lot and it can feel cheesy, but it truly is an initiation. I don't really like the word testing. I'll go into that whole topic in another video. I don't think that we need to orient to it in that way, but I do see them as opportunities for us to show up with devotion, to pour our presence, our gift, our offering to that what we deeply desire, which ultimately is just a ripple of that who we truly are. If we are really devoting ourselves to a desire that is in our core, that is in our heart, that is true, then it is a fragment of source, of something deeper than us. I see how we can have the tendency to, and myself included, of course, in the human experience, us having the tendency to want it all, to think that freedom is to have everything you want in every moment. But I really believe that true freedom requires sacrifice. It's not just having everything and anything when you want it. It's the ability to discern and devote yourself to that which you truly want, to a space that is free, which is a space that is free of those quick hits, that doesn't need the quick hits. I feel that that is freedom, because if you are just at the whimsy of just like giving yourself to every temptation, is that really freedom? That's the question there. Is that really freedom? Recognizing what it is that we deeply value and walking with integrity to that, and using discernment. Discernment is the sword that protects your integrity, that protects your devotion to freedom, to truth, to what is real within you. And I truly believe that is how you free yourself. We have this opportunity, we have our power to choose. Okay, so that's that. I just wanted to make a quick little video on this topic today, and this is definitely a topic that I could dive into in so much more depth, and I plan to in future videos. Till next time.